Excuse me if I go on mute. I'm still coughing some over here, trying to get over this mess, whatever it is. So I got a trend switch here. So the entry would be looks like 18109 on the A, which might, I mean, looking at these two, if this one ends up being a sell B and this one ends up in a buy A here, those kind of coincide with each other. I'm sorry, I mean a buy B. All right, we're open. Yeah, we're way down here. Oh, actually, it did go sell A, but see, there's no way this first one's going to enter on the regular trading hours. I mean, you're way up here at 390, so you'd need to wait for the second signal if you were trading that. What? Right, so that dotted line is yesterday's low, so we're trading back up above that. I'm sorry, Friday's low. $18,109 is the level right there that we broke. I don't know if we'll get back down that far or not, since we gapped down so far overnight. We'll see. Our 5-minute level is at like 147.50. Still downtrend on the 5-minute. There we go, pushing. See if we get an up down the levels here soon. Yeah, at this point we're just waiting. We'll get a level update here in a moment. So if it continues to push up, there we go. So if we close below 165 or so, this 1 minute candle here, that's going to be our new level. So right now we're just waiting for the 109 if it retests. If not, then we'll take the trade after the break of our new level. Yeah, I've actually got a limit order sitting at 109 right now. So I have an order sitting here, just waiting. If you have questions, just throw it in the chat, guys. Forgive me for not just bantering and talking the whole time, but it makes me feel like I have to cough. All right, so we actually looks like I have VWAP on another chart. We just got filled there, but we also did get a rejection off of VWAP at like 158. So we could be pushing further down here, honestly. Yep, it's pushing. And that one failed. It's like 17.5 points. Stop would have been where we crossed here, Joe. Like this white line just below, about 890, 91.75 or so, 91.50. Well, it was just, remember, Aaron, we had the reason it didn't trigger is because we were already above the level whenever we switched trend. So in that case, you're just going for the level that broke would be your entry. All right, so let's see if we get a trend switch here. If it, this is switching over. It's really close here. So if you take a B trade, I would probably only try to take it back up to this level right there. We're switching here. I would prefer the short here, honestly. Off of this lower level, because we're probably going to switch over 093. Mark that out. And it might just chop us up here too. Looks like the B may have played out. Mark that B out and see where we're at on that. If I didn't take it. Could have got some points out of it so far. It hasn't completed. I don't know if it will. If we get a trend switch here. All right, so if you're not already in this trade, the A trade from 093, if it closes back below it here at some point, you could still take that entry there to try to, if you didn't want to wait for the lower level to break. Would like to see this close back below that entry really soon. We're really close to this support level with the take profit down here. It looks like that's at 40.75. So 2 points difference between TP and that level. If you didn't enter short at 0.93, next opportunity is going to be down at 60.75. If I was to enter on that one, I would probably just take it to the original take profit or this support level, just because this first trade that we're marked out here hadn't completed yet. It's larger. It's about 50 points. Hey, good morning, Johnny. Just looking over at the regular trading hours, it looks like that second one would have got a short at 124. It's about 40 good right now, but it's a larger trade because the ranges on the regular trading hours are going to be larger because it's only taking into account the current action and not the previous. You did? You were doing the regular trading hours? That's cool. Good deal. Yeah, it's over 60 points in the good right now on that one. And it looks like the TP is close. I mean, you got a level at 40.75, a support level. So if it gets down to there, that'd be a good trade. Oh, nice, man. Good deal. Yeah. All right, we're getting a push down further here. Yeah, I've definitely got to do more. I want to do more looking at that, more testing, see. Just 1 second, guys. Well, I mean, if you look at it from the, you know, you just, especially if you're just wanting to do like one trade, like take that first trade, it wins, and, and if it loses, whatever. But um, like, or if you're just going for like, if you just want to get 4 points and call it a day or whatnot, then that's one of those things. I mean, if you look at it from that standpoint, if you just go back and test like the first true signal, I wouldn't use the opening signal just because, like today, for example, gap down, so you're of course going to have signal at the beginning, work down below the level, but like the second signal, or if it doesn't give a signal at the very beginning, and then just a signal minutes later, so that signal will be fine, I would think. To see if it's a winner or a loser, and go from there. Then it's a quick way to test it out. You just put on that first trade, let it play out, and be done. Then that's an option. That was one heck of a move up, wasn't it? This thing's taking the long way around. We get back down to around 50 points on this one like we did here. I might go ahead and pull it. Nah, we might be able to push one down this morning. So. Right. Push, push, push. Let's go. $39.40. Got lower than the other low there. Minutes till 10 o'clock. Might see this trade complete before the new hour starts. It's going to. Here we go. Nice. Long way around, that's for sure. But got there. That'll be all for me today. Aaron, whenever this B was happening here, I said, right here at this trend, it was switching back and forth as this candle was developing. So I did not take this B trade because it was going. The trend was actually in, like, as this candle was pushing, like when it got down to this area, it was switching short. It was saying sell A, buy B, sell A, buy B as it was developing. So I didn't enter the B trade. I actually entered short here at this candle because the trend was not this. I'm smart, dude. Hold on a second. They gotta tell me this stuff. All right, so when this candle was developing, it was switching between a buy B and a sell A because the trend was switching over. So I didn't enter the buy B. Another reason is on the 5-minute we were downtrend. So I had already looked and saw that was downtrend on the 5-minute. So if I had to choose between taking a long here or taking a short, and since it was switching back and forth, I didn't know how the candle was going to end there, but I entered short here. I didn't take this B trade. So, and I said, as right here, I said when we came back down here, I said if we close below 93 again, you could re-enter there because I was already short there, so I was already in this trade. But right here, we broke down below at 944, broke down below this level again. I said, because the level had already moved down because of this low. But at 944, I said if we close down below 93 again, you could possibly get back in there or join the trade there. And that's why. And then we were in a downtrend. A lot of times you'll notice that, when the trend switches, it stays sometimes like in the middle of the day around 11 or noon or whatever, you'll see it like switch back and forth, green, red, when it's going sideways. But a lot of times, if you switch trend, it continues in that direction for a little while. Like you see here, switch and continue down there, switch, continued up, down again. Um, so trend switches are important. I mean, you always want to try to be in the direction, even on a short time frame, in the direction of the trend, especially if your higher time frames are also that direction. And we were down like 200 some points on the day already from Friday. So it looked like sellers were in control. A 5 minute did. Let me look. Yeah, it was probably a buy. There was probably a sell B in there somewhere, I would imagine. Yeah, right at the open. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, right at the open, 9:30. A sell B on the 5 minute was killer. And another thing, I mean, you can, like I've mentioned before, you know, which this trade it probably already completed by time. It wasn't a huge trade. It was like 46 points or so. So that first 5 minute candle, that first move down, completed that trade. 46, 46.50. But yeah, this 5 minute too. That 1 minute trade just got you a little bit better entry than this 5 minute, but it was pretty much the same trade, similar trade. 5 minute would have looked, and it just completed. It would have been 75 points. It would look like that. Yeah, I mean, there's multiple ways to skin the cat. You just gotta pick what works for you. I mean, if you like the 5 minute, you just got to know you're going to have to trade smaller to absorb those. Kind of like we had those volatile weeks a couple weeks ago with 1 minute where we get 7,500 point trades. But price is fractal, so overall, I mean, you'll probably have similar results. Just you have to trade smaller to make sure you can withstand the drawdown on some of the losing trades. The 5 minute. But your wins are also going to be bigger too. So it's we'll look at this RTH real quick. I mean, that thing completed too for 91 freaking points. Look at that. That's you're never going to. And the reason, like looking at the RTH, I know none of us or Johnny's doing it. It sounds like, but when you just have to kind of take into account this first signal, your trades up here at 38, 388.75. I mean, we're never getting back up there in 1 minute. And if we do get back up there, you're probably going to have a trend shift before it happens. So you'll be long. It's probably before you get way up there. But yeah, so you have to take that into account. If you gap down, you're going to have like a signal that's saying because it actually crossed this level and the trend switched now at the same time. So that would be invalidated at that point. The second trade, looking at it though, it's given us. It's only taking into account the ranges or the price candles at the open. So your ranges are going to be a little bit larger here, your stop losses. But let's see, we got a break here. So your stop is right here at 216.25. So actually a little bit higher. 216.25. It's 92 quarter points. So once it broke here, retested there, you were short at 124, and it never even touched 124 again. I mean, it got close here, got close there, but it never went. There was no drawdown on that trade pretty much. There was a couple of ticks here on the entry. So it's pretty interesting. It needs more testing for sure, but if you're doing like a one trade and done type deal, win or lose overall, right now you're 92 points in the good on the week. So if you have a couple of losing trades, you can absorb that. And even if on the regular trading hours, even if you were trailing this trade, you'd still be in it. I mean, your stop would be down here below the take profit now at 18,425 or so, because right here it got close to tagging you out when you moved your stop to this level, but it didn't hit it. It came a couple of ticks from it, but you were still in that trade. So as it moved down and got below that, you moved it down here, then there, and there. Yeah, I've just got it on a separate, I've got it on a separate tab on my trading view, so I can just switch back and forth and look at the two. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on it also, Joe, just to see, whatever, whatever gives the most profit with honestly least amount of input. I'm all game for. Yeah, roger that. I'm hoping I can get back to 100% before too long. I'm gonna have abs from coughing so much by the time this is over, though. And right here on this, I don't have the lines on this one. Here, remember and even this second trade on the RTH and ETH, I mean, both of them, we broke down here. We got the sell A, but we're also below this pivot line. And remember, I've said before, pivot lines are based on a full days of price action, like Friday's price action. It's the full day of action taken into account there. So with this breaking down below the pivot point, I mean, I would have put the trade at the pivot point if I had taken this versus the line, because this is just short time frame price action that these lower levels are calculated on. So I'm going to give a little bit of or what you could do is actually split the trade. If you didn't want to go full in on the pivot point, you could put half there and half there, and it would have just got this half on this particular trade. But there's different ways you can manage it. I was at 957, so actually I should have stayed in and paid attention taking that.